Okay, so are you ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
Today we are taking a deep dive into all things Elon Musk in 2025.
All right, sounds good.
We've got a lot to cover from,
Yeah.
just from the headlines. It's been a busy year for him already.
Oh, yeah, big
A
time.
lot of news articles. We're going to look at a video clip.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this will be good. Like I say, it's already been a wild year for him, so buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, and this is kind of classic Elon,
Yeah,
pushing boundaries, stirring things up, never a dull moment.
that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with that Starship explosion back in January.
Oh, yeah, that was something else.
This was the 7th test flight, right?
7th one over the Caribbean.
And kaboom.
Yeah, just...
Huge setback for SpaceX.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
these things happen in these types of programs.
You got to expect a few bumps in the road, right?
Right, exactly. But this one was big and very public, and I mean, you could see the disruption it caused with air traffic and all of that.
It's not just about the rocket exploding. It's about the wider consequences, right?
Absolutely. And, the impact on the program, the timeline. I mean, they're still aiming for more launches this year, but,
Yeah.
How does this affect things? Investor confidence, public perception of space travel? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot to unpack.
Right. So those colonies on Mars, maybe they'll have to wait.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Okay. So from explosions to another kind of controversy,
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Elon attending former President Trump's inauguration.
Okay.
And I don't know if you saw this picture, but
I did.
he makes his hand gesture.
Oh, yeah.
And some are saying it looks an awful lot like a Nazi salute.
Yeah, it's definitely a loaded gesture, steeped in history and, fraught with all sorts of implications.
Oh.
And people are talking about it a lot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah, and he hasn't publicly addressed it, like what was the meaning behind it.
Right.
So that silence kind of fuels the speculation and the criticism, and it makes you question his judgment.
Right. Like, is this...
What was he thinking?
Yeah. And for his brand, I mean...
Absolutely.
Is this going to alienate customers?
Yeah.
Investors?
Yeah, could be a big problem.
So we've actually included a link to the footage of the speech.
Oh, okay.
So you, the listener, can go check it out and decide for yourself what you think.
Yeah, see it with your own eyes.
Do you think he meant it that way?
Uh,
Was it just an accident?
It's hard to say, really, without knowing what's going on in his head. But
Yeah.
this kind of brings up a good point, for all of us.
Yeah.
About thinking about our actions, especially someone like Elon.
Yeah.
In the public eye, every move he makes.
It's all under a microscope.
Exactly.
Okay, well, let's switch gears a little bit.
Sure.
Let's talk about XAI
Yeah.
and that massive supercomputer project he's got going on in Memphis.
Yeah, this is a big one.
This isn't just some data center, right?
No. This is about pushing the boundaries of AI.
Yeah, like to the limit.
Solving complex problems, maybe even getting to artificial general intelligence. That's what Elon's hinted at.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a whole other deep dive right there. But
Absolutely.
I mean, are we ready for that? Like, what are the consequences of AI this powerful?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, on one hand, you've got the potential for incredible advancements, in medicine, research, all sorts of fields.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side, the control, the bias, the ethics of creating something that could surpass human intelligence.
Yeah.
These are conversations we need to be having right now.
I totally agree. Okay, so before we get too lost in the singularity here, let's bring it back down to earth a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about the new Tesla Model Y design,
Okay.
specifically for the Chinese market.
Right. So this one's interesting for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
First, the range, they've increased it by 15% compared to the previous models, and that's huge.
Yeah.
For people worried about charging.
Yeah, that's a big selling point.
Absolutely. And then they've added all these new features really tailored to what Chinese consumers want.
Oh, wow.
So it shows they're really paying attention to the local markets.
So it's like SpaceX is aiming for the stars and XAI is exploring intelligence, and then Tesla's like fine-tuning its approach to the entire world.
Yeah, it's like he's got a hand in every single piece of the future.
Yeah, like he's got it all mapped out.
It really makes you think about his ability to work across all these different areas,
Yeah.
Space travel, AI, electric vehicles.
And even politics, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget that.
Right. But the question is, can he manage all of this?
Yeah, that's a good question. Can he keep his focus
Yeah,
and consider the impact of his work, the ethical side of things?
yeah, I guess time will tell.
It will.
But wow, what a year for Elon Musk already.
It's only January.
I know, it's crazy. So what do you think, listener? What stood out to you the most about Elon's activities this year? And what do you see happening in the future? Let us know.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.